Good evening.
Good evening.
What did you think of Hyde?
You should tell me what you think first.
I've changed it up a bit. The format's different. What did you think of Hyde?
I liked it a lot.
How much did you like it?
A high score out of 10. Like a 7.5.
Really? That's high praise indeed. I absolutely loved it.
It had lots to like.
Yes. And I want to return to this idea that I'm toying with now. That there's almost something really liberating about this period of Matt Smith's tenure as the Doctor. Because even though we've got the mysterious girl, impossible girl subplot, I feel that the sort of light touch of it is such a relief after the sort of what I found at points overwhelming Amy and Rory and River and Baby Gone Missing and all that. Yeah. And I actually feel that the balance here is much more to my taste in Doctor Who. So I really, it's like the sort of Russell T Davies level, a bit more than that, but the Russell T Davies level of threads running through, more so than Bad Wolf. But just when, like, I suppose it's like when Rose appeared in Partners in Crime, and then that sort of threaded its way through. It's that sort of level, and I'm totally here for it. I just think it worked really, really well. I think it helps that you've got Matt Smith, as I said last time, I think, who is absolutely imperious at the moment. He is just, it's impressive how easy he seems to find being the Doctor right now, and it's joyous and fantastic, and it's.
I hope it don't run.
Well, yeah, I think it's time to say he's my favourite Doctor since.
Your last favourite Doctor.
Yeah, certainly since McCoy. Is he better than McCoy? Nobody's better than McCoy.
It's not favourite compared to DT, sure.
I think he's better than DT. I do. I think he's better than DT. I know that's not the popular consensus, but I'm right, and there we go. I'm also saying I absolutely love Clara as our companion now. I find her just so...
Pretty.
She's undeniably pretty, but it's not that. It's the fact that she... I know there's a complication around her as a character, but her engagement in the stories is so uncomplicated. And I really, really... It is almost like... I made reference to Sarah Jane, didn't I? I genuinely feel that sort of slightly eager to please, but full of her own spirit attitude is where my platonic companion resides. I just think this ticks my boxes for companion. And they seem to spark off each other beautifully, I have to say. I think... Yeah, you don't think you strike gold twice. You know, it's not very often that a Doctor gets two iconic Doctor-companion relationships. And I think Matt Smith's got one here. 3 if you count Rory. 4 if you count River Song. But it's even less often that a companion gets 2 iconic companion-Doctor relationships. We shall reflect on that later. So everything's set up for this to be absolutely brilliant. And again, I'm going to say it. This isn't... overused phrase, the greatest Doctor Who story of all time. But it's another sort of monster of the week. Where are we landing now? I've forgotten how much I just enjoy that vibe of, and where have we rocked up to now? It's absolutely fantastic. Here we bob. And I absolutely love it. We've got, is it Doug Ray Scott, who I think's a fine actor. The lady who I think was in Call the Midwife, and I'm embarrassed to say I can't remember her name. She's clearly a fine actor. You've basically got a 4-hander here, and each of the little relationships works beautifully well. The scenes with Matt Smith and Douglas Scott when he's discussing his bravery in the war, I think are so deftly done and so beautifully done. And then you've got like a load of old references thrown in, which just seems to be like quite Moffatian now, doesn't it? We've got all this history, let's just chuck a word in. I'm not going to dwell on why nobody told Matt Smith to pronounce it Metabolis, because that's how you say it. It's not Metabolis, but I'm all right with that. Maybe that's just a quirk of this Doctor, clearly. Fine, we're just going to accept that as canon now. Eye of Harmony reference, whatever. Let's have more of that. A sort of Heath Robinson thrown together thing. Very Third Doctor. I'm here for that as well. And then we get this wonderful ghost story, which isn't a ghost story, all the way through when he was terrified, bless her, until it got to the end where she realised it was actually a love story or two love stories, and then it was brilliant. And I kept saying, it's Doctor Who, it always works out, it's going to be fine. And then when she realised it was actually... Actually, when the bit when the Doctor goes, "Hello, Romeo," or whatever.
I was going to say, you said it's a four-hander, but you omitted the very charming aliens.
Well, isn't it just lovely that... And Humphrey was quite critical of the... I suppose he didn't phrase it this way, but the direction of the episode. Or the jump cuts and fast cuts and this, that and the other. I thought it was
What
very...
was his criticism?
I think, how Humphrey just takes against certain things stylistically.
Did you say it wasn't scary?
I don't think he made reference to scary. I don't think by the time you get to the end of it, you even think about the scary.
Not at the end, but at the beginning you certainly are.
Well,
I
yes.
thought it was genuinely freaky.
Yeah,
And I couldn't remember it, because I don't think I've actually seen it before.
It's that era of Doctor Who that we struggle with.
But
Yeah.
when we were watching it, I was thinking, well, I'm not going to sleep tonight.
But then, isn't it beautiful?
It's lovely.
It resolves, and you're thinking, oh, that's okay then, which is, what Doctor Who does so fantastically well, where it can mash together things. Although, of course, I have to give a shout out here to the quite fantastic book House of Leaves, which you've never read, and you want to absolutely wreck, your sleeping habits for a good few months, you should go and read House of Leaves. And I shall say no more about it, but that is a genius piece of work. But the correlation is there in so much as what you can do with Doctor Who is you can mash with form and genre and all this, that and the other, and then what you result with is a completely idiosyncratic thing that no other programme could do. Well, that's what you've got here. And it's brilliant. Yeah, I really feel that this... I'm going to call it a mini era of Doctor Who, because I know that the clock is ticking. Not that I know that. Did I know by this point? In the fictional story of the Doctor,
Sorry.
I didn't. I don't know if I knew. I don't think.
It's a mini era, like it's a pocket.
Yeah, like a pocket era universe. But I do feel my sort of... I've remembered what the aspects of Doctor Who I love so much, and it's all dropping here. It, of course, does help that I don't remember these episodes particularly well, and therefore it's like hitting them for the first time. I have to wrap up by saying that the moment of the episode that made me laugh the most is when Clara's trying to get in the TARDIS, and the TARDIS oh so snidely says something along the lines of, we try and find a sort of avatar for which you have, a high level of esteem, and this fitted the bill. It's so good. I love the idea of the TARDIS just being a little bit of a bitch to Clara. I think that's really, really, really...
You used the word cow, actually.
I apologise.
Not the female.
Yes.
What is a cow is female?
I shouldn't have used that term as an inappropriate term, but there we go. But yeah, what a fantastic little story. What more can I say? Fantastic. Any more to add? Lib, what did you think of it?
I told you already.
Ha! Farewell. Bye-bye.